Greetings, everybody. How is everybody today? This article goes into a little bit about the eclipse and the astrology around it. This is from Cosmic Convergence 2012 and beyond. Why you should not watch Monday's solar eclipse. Americans don't know what they don't know about eclipses. There are very important reasons why you don't want to ever gaze at a solar eclipse, especially a total solar eclipse. Whether it's a partial or a total eclipse, solar or lunar, it's not wise to watch them progress across the sky. On the purely physical level, staring at an eclipsed sun in the middle of the day is not healthy for the eyes. This is true even for the sun undergoing a full eclipse of its light. It's actually dangerous to fix the eyes on a solar eclipse for any length of time, especially if you live in certain geographic regions of the world. So we're going to go into the astrology here. It's something I'm quite familiar with, and as well as my husband John. He's a professional astrologer. He's been practicing for about 40 years. So let's go ahead and get into this article a little bit. Okay. Vedic astrology and eclipses. Vedic astrologers in India have acknowledged that an eclipse is a fundamentally inauspicious event on the mundane level. Hence, they often advise their clients to avoid travel 2 or 3 days before or after the eclipse. These practitioners of Jyotish, as Indian astrology is known, also recommend against starting a new business or any other venture. Trying to conceive a child is especially discouraged, as is the inauguration of any enterprise or entity. Hopefully the reader gets the picture, or the listener. When either of the two major luminaries in the sky is experiencing an eclipse of its light, there is a temporary interruption of the cycles, life cycles, biorhythm cycles, growth cycles, even digestive cycles experience a subtle disruption. This is also why the same Vedic astrologers strongly suggest that no meals be taken during an eclipse. Any eating or drinking ought to be done in small amounts well before the eclipse begins, unless medically prescribed otherwise. The intensity and the angle of the sun is tied directly to the strength of the digestive fire in the belly. When the sunlight is blocked by the moon, the digestive fire is likewise dimmed and not burning as brightly to properly digest one's food. While these various proscriptions may seem superstitious, they are not. No, and as a 7-year student of astrology, I can tell you right now, it's not superstitious. Right? Astrology is actually a very real thing. Okay, so they have been time-tested since time immemorial. Societies, both ancient and modern, have observed these recommendations with great benefit by averting unpredictable consequences. The following excerpt details the explicit guidance from a Brahmin priest in India that he gives to his spiritual community regarding eclipses. The eclipses affect our mind and our physical body. The scriptures say eclipses create financial or physical problems and sometimes new diseases. There can also be natural disasters around the time of an eclipse. Natural disasters, man-made disasters that look natural. Same thing, I guess. So this is why people should not look at the eclipse. But with our advanced technology and astronomy, people don't listen to this advice. People should bathe before and after an eclipse. It is best for adults not to eat 12 hours before an eclipse and not to drink anything for 3 to 3.5 hours before the eclipse. It is best for for adults not to eat 12 hours before and not to drink anything 3 to 3.5 hours before an eclipse. That way, during the eclipse, they can focus their mantra, prayer. If you have no mantra, just chant Om. For pregnant women, children, the elderly, and those with medical issues, it is okay to use the bathroom during the eclipse, but we advise that if adults do not eat or drink, they will not have to use the bathroom often. Alright, so pregnant women need to be most cautious about looking at eclipses. The eclipse's ray affects the unborn child. Did you hear that? The eclipse's rays affects the unborn child. Pregnant ladies should not sleep during the eclipse. They should rest in an easy chair and repeat God's name, meditate, anything. He continues, all those impacted by the eclipse should set a sankalpa or an intention during the eclipse to donate to a local charity. Okay, let's go down here. Alright, more than just a stellar solar system show. Simple common sense ought to tell anyone that when the sunlight is so obscured by the moon, as shown in the preceding diagram right here, something extraordinary may be happening under the radar. Certainly the animal kingdom often reacts with alarm and self-protective behavior because they know it instinctively. Human beings also used to get it. That was until modern science took over and banished the ancient wisdom from Western civilization. Were a retrospective scientific study to be undertaken to examine the correlation between total solar eclipses and major events on Earth, the history books would be replete with examples of causation. Such a formal research project would likely never be funded or attempted, but that doesn't mean common folk haven't made their own accurate connections over millennia. It really doesn't take a rocket scientist or an astrophysicist to see the correlations between heavenly events like a total solar eclipse and the various mundane mishaps and misfortunes that regularly occur in their wake. Special note. Hang on. There's absolutely no reason to fear an eclipse or await its coming with apprehension. They are meant to be respected for the unique message that each one delivers. If a total eclipse occurs right overhead, like it's going to happen here on the 21st, this can be a sign that something hidden will soon be uncovered. This process of unveiling or revelation can happen on multiple levels. For instance, a hidden food allergy can be brought to one's attention, or an employee who's been stealing from the business can be exposed. Just like the light of the luminary that is blocked and then unblocked, a long-concealed truth can be revealed in the blink of an eye. It's actually well known in spiritual astrology that the solar and lunar eclipses that precedes human birth, aka the prenatal eclipse, colors the birth chart and provides valuable information about the destiny of the individual. The particular sign associated with the eclipse is quite telling and especially conveys understanding about the areas of challenge and or difficulty in one's life. The occultation of either luminary, sun or the moon, in a certain constellation also indicates much about the deeper purpose of the soul as it journeys through this realm of existence. Alright, so what's the best way to conduct oneself during an eclipse? In light of the special note, it might be intuitively obvious that the single best way to navigate the day of any eclipse is to go inside, not outside, both figuratively and literally. It's best to remain indoors and not exposed to the physical event itself, if you can help it. If you cannot, then simply do your best to maintain a high level of awareness in your environment. If you find yourself in a busy area or a chaotic situation, be especially conscious of your surroundings. Accidents and the like can increase in number and intensity both before and after an eclipse. Once you are already inside your home or office, the sages of yesteryear always encouraged seekers to do their spiritual practices. Some people pray or chant, others meditate or contemplate, and some perform good deeds or make charitable offerings. The period of the actual eclipse is a particularly auspicious period to perform these and other spiritual practices when you connect to your higher self and or highest power. Whatever religion you belong to or spiritual tradition you follow, it's really very good to use the eclipse period to advance yourself on your spiritual journey. With the palpable diminution of a luminary light, nature itself becomes quiet and inactive, even if it is only for a few minutes. The subtle energies both inside and outside become conducive for going inward. It's like the whole world is being set up for a short meditation retreat. Something very few people ever take time to do in the internet era, the information age. Conclusion. There can be only one conclusion about the much anticipated total solar eclipse on Monday, August 21st, 2017. The reasons discussed here clearly indicate that it's best not to observe any eclipse in progress. The following companion article explains why the same respected guidance is given for lunar eclipses when they occur. Don't look at the full lunar eclipse. The United States of America will soon experience its first total solar eclipse across the entire landmass in almost 100 years. The last one, which was visible from coast to coast in the United States of America, occurred on June 8, 1918, several months after America's entry into World War I. With much talk about a looming World War III, and the American people would be well advised to use the upcoming period to pray and meditate for world peace. Virtually the entire U.S. Congress has been stampeded into a war posture with Russia, which has committed no offense. The neocon warmongers persist in making patently false accusation about Putin's Kremlin. In so doing, they are quite purposely setting the stage for a regional war that would likely evolve into a global conflict or hot phase of World War III. Only the U.S. citizenry can register their extreme dissatisfaction with their leaders sufficiently so that they can see the light. Consciously working with Monday's solar eclipse in a prayerful way can help immeasurably in this particular regard. The truth about Russia, as well as about those political forces who are recklessly promoting war, need to be revealed post-haste. Only the revelatory light of truth is strong enough to expose the plots and conspiracies which are relentlessly pushing this nation to war. So let's go ahead and take the solar eclipse and use it for our benefit. Alright? Instead of being afraid of it, like most people are, they get afraid, they don't know what's going to happen. Be aware of it, meditate to it, pray to it, and just like this article said, pray for peace. We have this grand solar event coming. This is the best time, the opportunity of a lifetime, to pray for peace. Right now, on the 21st. Everybody on Monday should be praying and meditating all across the United States. Alright, everybody. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day, and thanks for watching. Ta-ta. Peace out.